wins team finals at the Olympic Games.
They've done it. The USA and Simone Biles. That gold medal. Now that's a comeback.
Let's go, Simone Biles and Team USA. What a moment, a great moment in American Olympic history. And man, I watch these ladies do their stuff, and they look like creative players in video games, like the things that they do. I've been saying this over the last few days. Like watching them do vault and uneven bars, and in particular to me, the floor routine. I'm like, this makes no sense to my brain that Simone Biles can do this stuff. But it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, like I'd love to have someone explain to me the physics behind how she can go from flat on the ground to like 6 feet in the air.
It's they actually did like a sports sciencey thing on it. It's because of the way she's built, because she's so short,
so compact,
and she's so muscular. All of those things add up to her being able to do all of these things that other gymnasts can't do.
Isn't
that crazy?
This is Simone after winning gold with the rest of the ladies last night in Paris.
Has had to overcome to make this all happen.
I mean, we've all been through a lot. We all have our own stories to talk about, but most importantly, we got the job done. We're super excited to go and celebrate with our families, and we couldn't ask for any more from our performance tonight. We showed them that we can do it with the proper training, mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
And I was reading an article today, too, that Simone Biles, obviously she went through all the mental health stuff 3 years ago, and what a redemption moment specifically for her, just because of all the crap people talked about her. She quit on America and all these things.
I don't know who those people are.
And then on
they might be bots.
And then on top of that, the doctor stuff, their horrible doctor for Team USA Gymnastics. So winning the gold is one thing, which is unbelievable, but the resiliency of all these ladies with all the side stuff and court stuff and physical and emotional trauma they had to deal with to get to that moment, like that's something I thought about last night, like how beautiful for them that they overcame all of that, and what a great lesson for all of us. And you see the smiles on their faces, and Simone, like that joy they've captured again. I'm like, let's go.
Well, and that's something to be said. Like, she had this mental health crisis, and she took the time to deal with it. A lot of people will just continue to try, not give up on America, push through, not give up. She needed to take the time because at that last Olympics, it was in the middle of all of it. She was in the middle of dealing with the Larry Nassar stuff.
Trying to process it.
And she, you're only human. You could only do so much in this life. You sometimes literally have to step back, take a second to heal, and say, it's not about you. This is about me. You can't control what people think about you. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. Now I remember I was reading this article this morning that yesterday she actually talked to her therapist in Paris yesterday morning to help just like, calm her nerves and whatever she needed to discuss to be ready for that moment that we all got to witness yesterday afternoon, or maybe you watched in primetime last night. But I'm like, that's so great that her and Michael Phelps and Tom Brady, these mega stars, are doing these commercials being like, listen, it's good to go talk to people.
Yes.
Side note to the Olympic glory that they had last night.
When your reputation and your career is decided by inches or hundredths of a second, like that has to do crazy things to your brain.
Talk about perfectionism.
Exactly. You have to talk to someone, I would imagine. I mean, Michael Phelps, he's talked about so much about how much therapy has helped him. And that's the greatest athlete of all time. But with Simone Biles, I thought it was really interesting last night on the broadcast. They were talking about how it's not as much Simone focused. You've got to perform and like be this amazing thing as much as it's now more team focused. They talked about
the pressure
sort
off.
of reducing her load in the all around. Like she could have done a routine that was way more higher difficulty, but they took a skill out, sort of reduced the load so as not to burn her out, put more pressure on her, and you see where it gets us. We got gold.
Yeah, don't treat her like a robot, like someone who can't,
It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
It's great.
Even though you still see behind her how insane the skill is that nobody else is doing.
Exactly.
You see all that, even though Simone's like, yeah, let me do my Simone stuff
Yeah.
just to
I could
show
do
you what I
more,
can do.
But we've
I'm not gonna.
But we've always had this like burnout culture with our great athletes. Always got to push, keep it going. There's never
You got to be
enough.
perfect all the time.
I'd say there's burnout culture in our
everything.
workforce
Yeah.
too. It's
Totally.
just like, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you have to do it all the time.
Either way, what a moment for Team USA, and what a dance party for Snoop Dogg after. Like, there's also a side shot of them, like, they saw Snoop up on the side, and he's dancing. They started reacting to him dancing. Oh, it was a very cool moment. Michael Phelps, Serena Williams in the house, too.
And Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman showing up. So, go, ladies. Way to represent America for all the right reasons. It's Kyle, Bryony, and Sarah on Mix.